I'm here right now at the Cedar Park versus Georgetown game, and we're here with Congressman Beto O'Rourke, and we wanted to just ask you a couple questions tonight. So what made you want to go into public office in the first place?
Well, I've been very lucky. I live in El Paso, Texas, born and raised there, raising my family there right now. And it's just been a wonderful opportunity to give back to the community, to the state and the country that's been so good to me. And so I'm serving in Congress now and running to represent this state in the U.S. Senate in the 2018 race against Ted Cruz. And it's a great chance to serve at a higher level for more people, including those that we're with tonight in Cedar Park at the football game.
So if you were to become senator, what is your main goal? What are you looking forward to, hoping for?
You know, I want to make sure that we treat everyone with the dignity and respect that they deserve as our fellow Texans, as Americans, as human beings. So things like being able to find a job, and one that pays above a living wage so that you can support your family and do better in life. Being able to afford higher education. So when you go, Jessica, to UT next year, we want to make sure that you're able to do so without taking on a ton of debt that's going to make it harder for you to get ahead in life. Being able to see a doctor or a medical provider as a human right and not as a function of luck. And then citizenship for those who have worked and improved our communities but have come from another country. The dreamers who came here at the age of 3 or 7 or 10, and this is just as much their country as it is for me or my kids. And we want to see them do well for themselves, but also because it's going to be good for Texas and for our communities. Those are some things that I want to work on and make better.
So do you think that you can help merge the divide in our country right now with everything going on?
You know, I think we got to be good to each other. There's a lot of mudslinging, there's a lot of negativity. Very rarely do we talk in a positive way about what we want to achieve. I want to do great things. And though I'm a Democrat, I know that we need to do that with Republicans and independents and other Democrats and people who today aren't voting. So just being good to people and expecting the best out of each other and then delivering on that. I mean, I think that's just fundamental to being good people in our classrooms, good people in life, good people in public service, and there's not enough of that in the country right now.
So I think you somewhat touched on this. So how would you as a Democrat work together with Republicans like you were sort of mentioning?
So this March, there was a big snowstorm in DC. Our flights were canceled. I got in a rental car with a Republican colleague, Will Hurd, and we drove across the country. Facebook live streamed the entire thing for 29 hours, had 2.5 million people following us. And by the end of that, Will and I became better friends. We worked on each other's legislation. He signed on to an immigration reform bill that I had written. I signed on to a bill that helps veterans get into the workforce more quickly. We showed a path for Republicans and Democrats to get stuff done. So yeah, I think we need more of that in our country right now. And whether it's driving across the country or reaching across the aisle or working together on legislation, we've shown that we can get that done. Yeah.
So my final question for you is, I would just kind of a word to high school students. Why would you encourage high school students to get out there and vote, especially as they're turning 18?
You know, the things that I listen to, think about as a candidate, the things that I'll work on as the next U.S. Senator are based in part on the interests of those who will vote in this next election. And so if young people aren't voting, the issues that they care most about, and they can be anything. It could be access to reproductive health care. It could be immigration. It could be drug control policy. It could be the cost of education, the future of work, space exploration, whatever it is. If you're not voting and if you're not sharing with me what's on your mind, then that's missing from the debate and the dialogue and the things that we get done in this country. So it's critical to be involved if you want to change the outcome. If you're cool with the way things are in this country today, if everything's all right, then don't get involved. If you want to make it better, you absolutely have to come forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jessica. Very
awesome.
cool to meet you. Yeah.
I was glad. All right. Live with CPHS News, I'm Jessica Mick. Back to y'all.